I've been tweaking and tuning Predator's Mark, trying to get that efficient Predator's Mark. I've showed y'all a couple different builds on Predator's Mark, but this one has to be the best so far. We'll go through the build. And a lot of people hate when I do this because a lot of my friends they for like man, you're giving away your secrets. But we still have a little tweaking to go to get it to 4,000 firearms and a little bit not with a little bit of pieces that I have to mid max. So I've been tweaking and tuning it between different things, and I'm gonna show you my skirmish one. My skirmish one has nothing unlocked. It's 10,000 stand with 296 firearms. That fluctuates. You lose 500 something. Where I lose that 700, and I have 9,500, and a little bit goes to my firearms. So this is my skirmish predators build, which I'm going to tweak into this with crit damage. I spent so much in crit chance in this one. I'm going to tweak it a little bit to make it a little bit better with that 90, with that increase, that high bleed, so I can just do crit damage. So, but here we're just gonna go through this real fast. But yeah, Predator Smart. I was running a lightweight here. I did change it up a little bit. Vicious, deadly, and fierce. That was just my secondary weapon. We're gonna go with the AK because it hits hard and strong. So we're gonna go with unforgiving, deadly, and responsive. You can do unforgiving, deadly, and vicious. You want responsive in the free slot. I'm getting an invite in the free slot. But yeah, the AK is by no means. You see the gear score. I just found this in the dark zone. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try AK-47 because it hit hard. So I still gotta put some thing in here. But this is gonna have a base damage of 25k or a little bit high, 25.5 or 25.7. Once I get it maxed, and enemy armor damage, of course, is gonna go up to 24%. So this weapon is gonna be devastating. It's definitely for close quarters and just a good secondary to have that hits hard. So that's the AK. On my house, I didn't get no good rolls on my house. I might mid max this house here. This one is bad, ferocious. This is the other one. I might mid max this one because I can use this for reload speed. I do gotta up this one up, so I might keep deadly and hurried up there. I like deadly and accurate for some reason, but I might end up switching to this one. I just don't want to build it's hard to get division tech. I've been wasting division tech like hell. But if I had a division tech, I will up this house and run this house and build it with this build because hurry is ideal for this Predator's Mark or Swift or whatever. And I do have one with Vicious and Swift on it. I can also do this one. So I'm definitely going to max out these two houses because I'm going to use them for my Predator's Mark. I need Vicious. I need Deadly and Vicious, or Vicious and whatever. Deadly and Vicious is the two titles I want on my house. So that's what I'm looking for. But I might end up changing this Vicious to Deadly, having Deadly and Swift here. But it's just a couple different ones I can run. I do got to up this one, but this is probably going to be the main house that I do run with it because with that hurried up there or even this Swift, the DPS will get inflated, so I'll be up there to like 420 or 4 something. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Swift. So either way, you can go either way with this. So I do have these two in the stash. So if you have something with hurried and deadly, or I'm gonna end up put deadly and Swift combination with Predator's Mark, you're gonna do some damage. You know what I'm saying? Because you can reload so fast. But that's neither here or there. I'm just using this one because I maxed it out. So on this gun, it has deadly and accurate, and of course the card counter. Of course, we're using magazine size with crit damage and rate of fire. We do have a pro red dot sight. I'm looking for pro red dot sights with crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage. That's the trifecta. You want that? I need a couple more of those for my weapon. Now this what makes the build devastating. This muzzle here with crit hit chance, crit damage. If it had headshot damage, it'd be the trifecta, but you see the threat. So when you fighting in the DZ around NPCs or whatever it may be, all the NPCs will shoot you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of pick and choose how you battle. Definitely, Predator's not a solo build. It's definitely to be ran with team. And then I got a red grip with I could put 19, a little bit more crit damage on that, but I got accuracy just to add to the accuracy and reload speed, and I have accuracy there too, just to keep the accuracy on my weapon so my shots can land. That's when the players are strafing or they running around the corner. You can land that last shot to catch the bleed. Accuracy does come in handy. I do see that a lot. Now, on my AK, I'm still looking for, like I said, another pro red dot sight because I'm gonna show you what's the best way to spec into this Predator's Mark build. It is definitely using crit damage and crit chance. King, settle down. Crit damage, and crit chance. So if I get a pro red dot with crit chance on it. I'm going to use that. The headshot damage, the trifecta. So we're using a magazine size crit damage, crit chance. We're using crit hit chance and crit damage on the scope. The muzzle, it has a reduced threat, so I can play this one too, but I don't like the accuracy there, which was crit chance, so I'm looking for a better muzzle. And the grip, a better grip as well with reload speed up there. So crit damage and then reload speed. But that's it for the AKI. So it's just a secondary. I have to max it. I haven't really used it. But we're going to the build. I'm just going to show you the character sheet on the house right now. It's at 19,509, 48% crit chance. I can get it to 51, but I'd rather have that extra crit to hit damage. So 48% is not bad for SMG. Like I said, I can get it to max with a few different changes in the mods on the gun. But it's not worth it. I tried it. It doesn't hit as hard. This is hitting players upwards of 150,000 or better with that bleed proc. With the AK, it's ridiculous. I mean, when I bleed a player, the base bleed is 91,000, like just without the crit. When it crit, it's 133 to 150. So if it's constant shots on a player, it's no way with that much crit damage hitting them before they even get to bleed, they're gonna already be almost dead. And once that bleed proc, that's it. So it's instant death with this gun. So we're doing 133% crit damage. This is what's the master Pred build needs to have. And like I said, I'm off a few things because I changed some things up to have it fully optimized. Like I need to optimize the AK in the house. And I know I'm over explaining, but get your crit damage up. You can even go 121% and do some more crit chance to have it at 50, 51, 52%, and that'll be decent. But I'd rather do raw damage. So raw damage at 19K, and when the house talent swap, and then you got booster shot, you got other faculties that can happen around that. But you know, when the house talent swap, this goes well over 20, 23, 24K with 133% crit damage. That's raw damage. And then with the bleed, of course, you want to have that crit chance well over 30, close to the 50 range to have that maximum bleed. Okay, so on my build, we running exotic damage resilience. Now, there's two ways you can do this with exotic damage resilience and health. Of course, all these pieces are mainly rolled for stamina. I really don't have no firearms up here, but I am running firearm crit chance mods with stam or crit chance with firearms. Just to get all these are roll for stamina, so you can do it different ways. You can run stamina mods and roll one firearm piece, which could be your gloves, and you have rest roll for stamina, or you can roll everything for stam and then put firearm mods on it. Now I was fortunate to catch these mods. 266 is the max, so of course I want to get the max firearm mods that I can. So I'm looking for 266s, but 263 it's pretty close. You know what I'm saying? I would already been well over 400,000. I probably would be with the last few rolls. I'll probably be about 4,000. I want to say 4,100, maybe 4,100, maybe 4,111 with the max mod. So, but these all my gear sets, I'm running firearm mods with crit chance, 263s. But everything's rolled to stamina. Now you can do it a different way. You can you can have one stamina mods up here. So I have my other build that way for skirmish with all stam mods up there. But yeah, so for the most part, that's my gear set. And I'm gonna show you how you can counter the bleed with this game. Exotic damage is real good on any gear set. EDR is very good. Now on the mask, I could have rolled some more exotic damage resilience. I think it's 8%, and you can get them on the knee pads as well if I want to just face tank with the Pred. But I'd rather have, like I said, I'm specking into crit chance. So most of my builds is revolved around crit chance and crit damage to do the maximum damage with this build. There you go, 263. So like I said, 266 is the max. So I'm looking for 266 mods. If I get 266 mods and I max out this gear, I would have a superior Predator this build. It would be devastating against another Pred or whatever build. And then my D-pads roll for crit damage. Like I said, everything's on stam. I did change blind and death and put burn resistance because people are using shot turn. So I have 65%. I can get that little 1% because I changed it. But I roll these for crit damage and with stam already came on it. I'm at stam and crit damage. So these was guard roll knee pads. Like I said, all the mods is 263 crit chance on my backpack. Now you can run health on your backpack, but 8,000 health is not really efficient. Go for that stam and crit damage on your backpack. and ammo capacity, of course. So ammo capacity on your chest piece and backpack gives you that roll. And like I said, these I'm gonna show you the pieces that's off. Now with this, I had to run a stamina mod, so I'm looking for a 266 stamina mod just to have. And the only reason why I had to run that because I'm gonna see when I max it out because I'm off a few points. But if I take that off and put a firearm mod on, you see, look at my stam. My stam is way off. You know what I'm saying? So I had to run one standard mod. So we're looking for. I think I got a 266. So I'm gonna search through that just to get the max. Of course, first aid, not ally heal, but self heals. I gotta change that last one to get your max. Well, not max heals, but a better heal. But yeah, that's one stamina piece there. That's why the stam is highlight that and ammo capacity and crit damage. Now my gloves, I have to max. Well, I just maxed out the gears. The armor is low on the gloves, so everything's maxed on the gloves except for the armor and the score, which is not really important. But stam again, like I said, you can switch it up. You can have this row for firearms and everything else stamina with stamina mods up there to get that 9,000. That's okay. I have crit damage, crit chance, SMG damage. This is what my build was suffering from. Now I have a lot of clips with the predators I was running right here with SMG enemy armor damage was up there. And I was pissed off. Same thing with this one. I maxed these gloves out and these gloves out, and they all had enemy armor damage up there. These were my firearm ones. With my all stam build. I mean stam mods. So I was pissed off and I was like, why the fuck is my shit not hitting so hard? And I was like, oh shit, I have to get gloves. So SMG damage, crit chance, and crit damage is what you want on your gloves. I still have a little bit of tweaking to do here, as you can see on the gloves with the armor, like I said. But that's what you want on your gloves, and they stam rolled. And then my holster as well wasn't maxed. I was using this holster that I maxed out, I believe, but it had health up there, which you really don't want. 8% is good, but it's not. You can run skill haste there, but I'd rather just crit chance it up. So I still have to roll a little bit for firearms that'll get me at 4,000 firearms there with that little, what is it? I want to say 14, 15 points off. And then that'll get me where I need to be at on firearms, well over about 4,011. So that's how you want to do it. You want to crit chance. Now, this is I took it and tested it on a dark zone run. Even in skirmish, I can run skirmish or last stand in this build, even without 9,000 stam. The crit damage is sick. So, by all means, if you want, I'm gonna run this build a little later in the DZ so you guys can see it. It has survivability. Like I said, it's not a solo build by any means. I'm off a few points with the mods and firearms, but 15 points on firearms, and then I want to say 6, that's 3, 9, 12, 15 points. So I'm off 15 points on stam and firearms. And then it'll be a matched up build, bro. So 15 points off, and I'm gonna have that by the night. Like I said, I'm in search of those mods so I can have a maxed out Pred build because I like this build. I love Striker. I'm gonna build my Nomad and my Striker the same way with a lot of crit damage because I want to be in your face tanky, but dealing out the damage. Also, too, if you read a Striker, they would. Go for this. Definitely go for this SAG right here. I'm gonna roll a couple of these later on my Striker build and just run the sausage here, the sausage 12, which is the best one for your burst damage. I was using a lot of like Super 90s. I have this is my last stand Striker here, and this is my PvE Striker here with the damage to elite mod. So I run this all my incursions here. I could do solo, underground, everything with this build here. I have a lot of Striker because I like Predators and Striker. That's my two favorite sets, always been. But I might end up bringing my Lone Star back or my Dead Eye back. But until like the global events next week on the 23rd, well in a few days, I'm going to keep this up. I empty out my stash. You can see my back inventory is low. My stash is low, so I can kind of play around with the next gear sets. I do have a defensive build. I got a build and a Nomad build as well. My Nomad is here. I was trying to Warlord yesterday because this don't do a lot of damage for some reason. The Nomad is a solo gear set. It's not really good in the team because you don't add anything to your team other than the tankiness that you can just run and take a lot of bullets. But I haven't really spec'd into this build. I'm definitely going to drop some of those firearms and go for a little lower firearm range just so I can build into a little bit better stam. as well as crit damage on this build just to do some damage with, I guess, 3,000 firearms. So I still had to work on this. I said my skirmish predators build. I'm gonna work on that. But that's the predators mark classified there that I just showed you guys. Insane damage, all 15 points. My weapon's gonna be crazy. Fire up DPS is gonna be stupid. It's gonna go up about. It's gonna be about 412,000, which is decent, or 413,000, which is not bad for this build. And like I said, if I had vicious and deadly, you can cancel Christmas with this build. So that's what I'm looking for, a better house there. I might, and like I said, I'm going to change between these two houses and see what I like. I'm going to put deadly here and swift because of the reload speed, and hurry the same way with deadly. So once I get enough division tech, these are going to be my new two houses that I'm going to run with this build. But yeah, that's it for the most part, man. Like I said, crit damage in this meta brings it to a 1.7 standpoint, even with that pool of the stamina pool so high. I didn't even show you the survivability for this build. Definitely spec into your crit damage, man. It's okay to get 30% crit chance on your assault rifles if you can, 28 to 30%. But you want to be well over 40% with any SMG. 40% being the lowest, 48% being mid-range, 50 being the highest. So if you can get it to 50% or better, all means with 100. Crit damage started at 121%. And the last meta was at 115% and higher, 115 to 121. This one's at 121 to 130%. I got 133% damage, crit damage. So that's just raw damage with your weapon damage and how everything mitigates. Like I said, I'm off 15 points between here and there. Toughness is 602. It's gonna go up to 403. I can put another stamina mod up and get it to 411. But I like between over 4,000 stam. Like I said, mid armor is off just a little bit. It's supposed to be 8,000. On my other build is 8,000. So you see I'm off a few points there, and that's because of the skill score, the armor score. Once that armor go up in that last 15%, I'll be right at 8,000, about 8,003% that I'm armor mitigation, where the damage mitigation between that. So it's the build off just a little bit, but 15 points better than none. So it's gonna be hard to find those mods. I don't know if I got those mods on hand, but I will. I got a lot of videos to edit and break down, man, of like just over the course of just since this patch release. Like I got like 100 and some gigabytes worth of videos that I gotta go through and edit and things like that. So I'm gonna get the channel back up and running eventually. I'm gonna try to push out this content. I haven't invested into like the Elgato and things like that, but I will. Shout out to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. I'm at 101 subscribers now. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed to my page and follow my channel. I will bring more content available, but this is the guide predators and build. It's a couple of different ways. Like I said, you can build it with some EDR here or a little bit more stam, but ultimately, this is the prep you want to run in a team. This is going to get out the bleed as well as do damage. Or bleeds don't bleed start at 90,000, and that's before crit, all the way to 150,000. Once you start seeing upwards of 130 to 150,000, it's no survivability. They're not going to face tank you with this build because of your crit damage. It's going to output too much damage with that rate of fire. So it all depends on how you want to build it. That's my prep build for 1.8. Like I said, 15. I'm off 30 points all total and a few points in the mods. But in armor, but this is the prep build that you would want to build and you would want to run. So crit chance and crit damage is your friend. Make sure you aim for that 9K stamina by rolling all stam on your build with one stam mod and all firearm crit chance mods. So go for those max mods, man, and you'll have a devastating predator. It's your boy CEO Baby. Thank you for coming to Overpower Gaming, and I'm sorry for the over explanations, but I like this game. I'm back on the division. Peace.